Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am Shadow Master Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today's video I am going to be showcasing ShadowRim. ShadowRim is a campaign setting written by Greg Christopher, better known as Chubby Funster on YouTube and elsewhere. And this is, of course, written for the Shadowdark RPG. So, as I had mentioned probably about a week and a half ago or so, when I did purchase this on DriveThruRPG, I purchased it during a sale, and then at the same time, I also had an account balance from my affiliate link. And so I really do appreciate anyone who utilizes my affiliate link when you go on to my channel and watch my videos. And if you see something there that is also on DriveThruRPG, you can just go into the video details and link on that affiliate link. And when you purchase something there, I get a little bit of a kickback at DriveThruRPG, which I then convert to making purchases for use on this channel. So I really do appreciate those of you that do utilize that affiliate link. It really does help me continue to provide you with with tabletop RPG materials to cover on the channel. So thanks very much for that, and without further ado, let me jump right into the next screen here. So as you can see, I have the hardcover, and it was still only about like $24 or so, at least during its sale. During the true sale that I purchased it at, it was like 20, and then I applied my I got it cheap, so less than $10 when all was said and done. So I really appreciate that. And nice hardcover here. So as long as you have the core rule book of Shadowdark, then you can utilize this campaign setting. So combined up together, they do make a nice little fit on your shelf as well. And I am going to go through I'm going to go through the PDF with you, but I just want to show off the the material here, so that you can see it, live. And there's a very, very good, bordering on incredible interior art that is also contained. And then we have encounter tables and such, and the binding and everything is very, very good. We have treasures. So treasure charts here. Now, of course, all of this is going to be upgraded or made from context from Skyrim. So when we go to armor here, we have armor from banded to brigandine to chainmail to hauberks to hides to lamellar, leather, padded linen, plate metal, ringmail, scale mail, and studded. They have various bonuses that you can attach to it. This is for magic armor, by the way. Then there are armor features that can further enhance that armor, giving it some visual enhancements to it. So it could be ancient Nordic symbols on it. It can be glimmering golden threads. It can contain fine leatherwork elements to it, and so on and so forth. Then there are armor benefits. Double the duration of all potions created by the wearer. We can have restores 1 hit point per hour if worn continuously during that hour. Advantage when engaging in stealth or thievery. So you can have a variety of magic armor benefits that go beyond just the pluses or the minuses and everything. So that's pretty cool. Then armor curses. have the same kind of features for weapons as well. So there's a lot packed in here. Exploration sites. So let's see. So there is going to be a hexed map in here, because I can see the exploration sites are linked to doing a hex crawl. So this is a fully fleshed out campaign setting. And let's go to the PDF so that you can see everything in greater detail. So here we go. And Greg Christopher, written, design, and layout. So one-man show here. Then we have the art. And I like the fact that they make it clear that all of the art is human-made. All protected artwork is used by permission. Some images are in public domain, and so on. This is all you have to do for legal information and attribution statement, right? So it's published under the Shadowdark third-party license version 1.0. ShadowRim is an independent product published under the Shadowdark RPG third-party license and is not affiliated with Arcane Library LLC. And then that is all you have to do to design something for use with Shadowdark. All right, you put that in there, you are safe. So it is a very, very generous and lenient OGL, right? So open gaming license. So it's so easy to use, and and it is greatly appreciated of Kelsey Dion and the rest at Arcane Library for allowing such a lenient way to make third-party content for her game system. I mean, it's just such a forward-thinking and smart thing to do for marketing your tabletop role-playing game. And it's something that the big corporations just aren't smart enough to do. So anyway, we will go on. So there is a section on characters, which I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, but I will focus on the things that make it not only Shadowdark, but tie it into the context of this campaign setting. So here's how you roll. You roll your background, you roll your stats and hit points, you choose or roll your ancestry, choose or roll your character name, choose or roll your sign and your first talent, choose or roll your languages. You gain 66 times 5 gold and roll for 2 random items. You roll for random weapon, gain padded linen armor, and a rounded shield. So your backgrounds can be anything from bartender through vendor. You can be a vagrant, soldier. I'm just going to pop around a little bit here. A mason, a laborer, hunter, a herder, an herbalist. So a variety of different professional trades that you can do, and then it tells you what that actually does. So you worked in a tavern setting, ale to rowdy patrons, selling ale to rowdy patrons. A laborer is just you cut timber, carried stones, or dragged heavy objects for coin. Your stats, so you have your basic stat blocks here, 3d6, 6 times to come up with your character stats. Hit points whenever a character gains a level, included their first level, increase their maximum hit points by d8 plus their constitution modifier. Ancestry at a glance. Now obviously he cannot use the nomenclature from Elder Scrolls. So Catfolk is the Khajiit. Dark Elves he could use. high elves, imperial elves, lizard folk. You cannot use the original name uh, from from that, and it's just slipping my mind right now. Uh, Nords, orcs, and wood elves. And then it talks about their various abilities that go along with them, right? So, like catfolk, bestial catfolk have claws that can deal extra damage, 2 points of unarmed damage, and give them advantage on climbing checks. High elves, magus, high elves can ignore the first failure on a spell casting roll after they rest. The spell manifest as if it had succeeded on that roll. All right. Dark elf, Ashen dark elves begin play knowing the wrath spell. They have advantage on all spell casting checks for spells that create fire. Magus for high elves can ignore the first failure of spellcasting roll. After they rest, they spell manifest as if they succeed. Oh, I read that one already. Imperial. Imperials can make an additional sign talent roll at first level. So Imperials get 2 signs at first level. Lizard folks can breathe normally underwater, however, they must return to the surface at least once per hour to inhale fresh air. Orcs get a +1 bonus to their attack rolls with melee weapons. Nords characters can carry an extra 3 gear slots, so they are pretty rugged. Wood elves, stalker wood elves get a +1 bonus to attack rolls with ranged weapons. Character names, so you have a variety of character names here. The 9 signs, so the blade, the coin, the dragon, the eye, the falcon, the horn, the fist, the ring, and the skull. All right, and each one is going to give your character an additional trait. I remember Imperials roll twice on this. Based on your sign, you will get an automatic talent and roll a second talent randomly. You can change your sign during play by making a sacrifice at a shrine. All right, 50 coin per level. So grants dominion. So the blade grants dominion to humanity over the world by divine right. Priests work for the ascendancy of man over all others, banned by the Empire and persecuted in Skyrim. This sign is only available to Nord characters. Note, using shouts is against Imperial law. The coin supports civilization through labor, trade, and agriculture. Priests work to support and protect merchants, artisans, and laborers. The dragon burns everything through the passage of time, makes the final decision on all things. Priests work to repair that which decays over time and maintain eternal flames. And so on and so forth. I'm not going to read through every little thing here. Here you have the signs for the blade and what they can learn during their leveling up. So it tells you what they can learn during their leveling up, and so on. At 4, they gain a +2 strength. At 5, they learn the intimidate shout. At 6, they learn the fire breath shout, and so on. So for each of the signs, they are going to have various bonuses that they receive, or and or different shouts that they receive. or spells. So I really do like the system here. That's an interesting, it's an interesting way to make it very uniquely Skyrim. And so we go to the Falcon. Quite a lot of work done on this here. So I'm really liking that. Let me shrink this down so it scrolls a little bit faster. Yeah, I knew the skull would have something to do with undead. Languages. So we have the languages. So we have Demonic, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, Feline, Giant, Imperial, Nord, Orcish, and Reptilian. Starting equipment. Gear slots works the same way as Shadowdark. Your character can carry a number of gear slots equal to your strength score or 10, whichever is greater. Nords get a benefit to that, as I mentioned earlier. Free to carry is a backpack. Characters can carry up to 100 coin without using a gear slot. Some equipment can increase the number wearing a pouch. If you exceed this free amount, your gear slot can be used to hold up to 100 additional coin. And they tell you what can be carried and how many gear slots it takes. Here is your armor. Well, here's your weapons first. Here's your weapons, and some weapons take up 2 gear slots. Basically, great weapons do, so whether it's a two-handed sword or a great axe. And here are your armor now. And not all of them. This is just the starting equipment dealt with here. Spells and shouts. Shouts can only be made by Nords that follow the blade sign. They must also have the talent for it. To make a shout, you must make a charisma check versus DC 12. If you cut yourself with a blade weapon as you are shouting, losing 1 hit point, you can make the check against a DC 9 instead. Shouts have a duration and a range like spell. You will also temporarily lose access to them through failure and critical failure in the same manner. Critical failures requires an offering to Tavos, of course. Then we go into our skills and or spells. Bound Wound, 4 rounds per level. Duration, Self-Conjuration. This spell conjures a weapon a bound weapon. Why I read that as Bound Wound. This spell conjures a weapon of your choice in your hand. It strikes for a +1 bonus and deals D8 damage. At 4th level, it raises to +2 bonus and 2d8. Wow, that does a lot of damage then. And at 7th level, it raises to +3 and 3d8. So that's a pretty hefty, spell. So greater healing, let's see. So this restores 2d6 HP. Regular healing is, to you and all of your allies within range. All right, so within near range. So that heals up your whole party. That's really useful. And then just regular heal is touching one person and healing them up by 2d6 as well. Lesser healing is just 1d6. Now you'll notice that the spells do not have spell levels on them, so that's an important thing to remember here. Carousing, so there is a carousing system that I am going to assume is much more tied to Skyrim. Alchemy. Yeah, alchemy plays a big role in Skyrim. Revealing the effects. Yeah, because you don't know when you're just finding things in the wild, or like what effect it'll have until you start combining them and testing with them. And so sometimes they can cause poisons. Then we have varying levels of those effects. Enchanting. Equipment. So now we get into the larger equipment charts. Now this is the big thing, right? It's 198 pages long. And it'll probably take quite a bit of time. I'll probably have to break this down into at least two. We get into various modes of transportation, gemstones, metals, metal ingots. Let's see, under metals, they'll give you things that different types of metals grant, which is what I was assuming. Gathering charts, trophies, potions, scrolls. I'm going to stop it here before I go into bestiary. I will go into the bestiary in the second video in this series. There's a lot here, and there's a lot of thought that was, obviously put into this, and I'm extremely excited to have gotten this. Now I can start planning on a more focused campaign that is just going to stick itself into the world of Skyrim, and and looking forward to that. Now, I'm going to go into the other accessories that came along with this, because yes, it does have a hex crawl map that comes along with it as well, and I'll go into further detail with that in the upcoming videos. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're enjoying your holiday weekend. If you are celebrating this holiday weekend, it is Memorial Day weekend, and really excited about the extra time that it's going to give me to see my family. Tomorrow, as I mentioned in my previous video, tomorrow is actual Memorial Day, and that's when I go and visit my father's gravesite. He was a World War II veteran, and so I like to go out there and spend, whether it's Veterans Day or Memorial Day, or Armed Forces Day. I always make it a choice to go out there and and visit his gravesite. My mother's gravesite is the same place as well, so I go visit my parents and my older brother, who I never had the fortune of meeting. So they're all buried there at the National Cemetery on Long Island, New York. And so that will be my tomorrow day of remembrance. So you all have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining. I will go into much more detail breaking this campaign setting down for you. And on first glance, I highly recommend it. So you all have a great rest of your afternoon. I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen or at a convention sometime soon. And yeah, just keep on rolling those dice, keep on gaming, and get yourself a copy of Shadowdark if you haven't done so already. You will not regret checking out this game system, and it definitely is something that everyone in the hobby should give it a test run. You will not regret it. Trust me on that. You will not regret playing Shadowdark. Take care.